In the blink of an eye, everything changed. A team of scientists dared to tamper with time itself, believing they could control its infinite flow. But what they unleashed was beyond comprehension, a catastrophic rift that tore through reality as they knew it. Now trapped in a parallel dimension where time runs backward, gravity defies logic, and familiar faces wear masks of strangers, their only hope is unraveling the mystery of how to return home. Will they uncover the secrets of this fractured timeline before it consumes them entirely? Or will they become prisoners of eternity, forever lost between worlds? Dive into this mind-bending journey where every second counts and nothing is as it seems. Hit subscribe now for more thrilling sci-fi adventures you won't forget. The hum of machinery echoed through the sterile corridors of the Quantum Temporal Research Facility, a labyrinthine complex buried deep beneath the Earth's surface. It was here, amidst banks of blinking monitors and coils of superconducting wires, that humanity's boldest experiment had taken shape. The project, codenamed Chronosphere, aimed to manipulate the fabric of time itself, a feat once thought impossible. For years, theoretical physicists had debated whether time could be bent or even rewound like film on a reel. Yet skepticism gave way to ambition when funding poured in from governments eager to harness such power for military dominance or economic gain. Dr. Elena Voss led the endeavor, her sharp intellect matched only by her unrelenting determination. She envisioned a future where diseases could be eradicated before they spread, disasters averted before they struck, and history rewritten to correct humanity's gravest mistakes. Her team consisted of brilliant minds from across the globe, engineers, programmers, biologists, all united under one roof with a shared purpose. Among them were Dr. Marcus Hale, whose expertise lay in quantum mechanics, Dr. Priya Kapoor, a specialist in temporal anomalies, and Dr. Liam Chin, who designed the colossal machine at the heart of the operation. The chronosphere stood at the center of the facility, an imposing sphere encased in shimmering alloys and pulsating with energy. Its core housed a synthetic black hole, stabilized by magnetic fields so powerful they made the air crackle. Around it, arrays of sensors monitored every fluctuation, feeding data into algorithms that predicted outcomes with eerie precision. Despite countless simulations and safety protocols, whispers of doubt lingered among some members of the team. What if something went wrong? Could tampering with time have unforeseen consequences? These questions haunted late-night discussions but never reached the ears of those outside the lab. On the day of activation, tension hung thick in the air. The countdown began, each tick resonating like a heartbeat. As the final seconds slipped away, the room erupted in a blinding flash of light. Energy surged through conduits, vibrating the very ground beneath their feet. Then, silence. At first, it seemed the experiment had succeeded. The readings indicated no immediate anomalies. But within moments, cracks began to form not in the physical world, but in the continuity of existence itself. Time stuttered, fragmented, and then splintered altogether, pulling the team into a vortex of chaos. When consciousness returned, disorientation reigned supreme. The team found themselves sprawled across an unfamiliar landscape, devoid of any recognizable landmarks. Gone were the sleek interiors of the research facility. Instead, jagged cliffs loomed overhead, their surfaces shimmering like liquid glass. The sky above churned with colors that defied description, swirling hues of violet, gold, and electric blue that pulsed rhythmically, as though alive. Gravity behaved erratically, causing objects to float upward before plummeting back down without warning. Every step felt precarious, as if the ground might dissolve beneath their feet at any moment. Confusion quickly gave way to panic as the scientists realized their predicament. Their equipment, meticulously calibrated for the experiment, lay scattered and damaged beyond repair. Communication devices emitted static, rendering them useless. Attempts to recalibrate their instruments yielded chaotic results. Readings oscillated wildly, offering no coherent data. Panic set in as the enormity of their situation dawned upon them. They weren't simply displaced geographically. They existed in a realm governed by laws alien to their understanding. Time flowed unpredictably here, looping back on itself or skipping forward in disjointed bursts. Dr. Voss took charge, her voice cutting through the rising tide of fear. She instructed everyone to remain calm and assess their surroundings systematically. One by one, the team members fanned out, cataloging details about this strange new world. The air carried an unusual charge, tingling against exposed skin. Strange symbols etched into the crystalline cliffs glowed faintly, shifting patterns as though communicating silently. In the distance, structures resembling inverted pyramids floated mid-air, tethered to nothing yet somehow stable. Each discovery raised more questions than answers, fueling both fascination and dread. It became clear that this place wasn't merely another planet or alternate version of Earth. It was something far stranger. This was a fracture in the continuum, a liminal space existing between realities. Here, causality unraveled, and linear progression ceased to exist. Memories flickered, unreliable and fragmented. Events replayed themselves in endless loops, while others vanished entirely, leaving gaps in perception. The team struggled to anchor themselves, clinging to fragments of identity as the environment sought to erode their sense of self. Amidst the turmoil, Dr. Hale noticed something peculiar. Shadows moved independently of their sources, darting across surfaces with unnatural speed. He pointed this out to the others, prompting a closer examination. These shadowy forms appeared sentient, reacting to their presence with curiosity, or perhaps hostility. Whether allies or adversaries remained unclear, but their behavior suggested intelligence. This revelation added another layer of complexity to their plight. If other entities inhabited this realm, what did they want? And how might they interact with intruders from another dimension? As hours stretched into what felt like days, or perhaps mere minutes, the team grappled with mounting existential dread. Hunger gnawed at their stomachs, yet food supplies dwindled rapidly due to spoilage caused by erratic temporal fluctuations. Water reserves faced similar challenges, turning brackish and undrinkable overnight. Fatigue weighed heavily on their bodies, exacerbated by sleep cycles disrupted by unpredictable shifts in daylight and darkness. Sleep itself proved elusive, plagued by vivid nightmares that bled into waking life, blurring the line between dream and reality. Despite these hardships, survival instincts kicked in. Resourcefulness became paramount as the team improvised solutions using whatever materials they could salvage. Dr. Chin fashioned rudimentary tools from broken equipment, while Dr. Kapoor devised methods to purify contaminated water using chemical reactions. Shelter posed another challenge, as traditional structures proved unstable in this volatile environment. Instead, they constructed makeshift campsites nestled within natural alcoves carved into the cliffs, providing partial protection from the bizarre weather patterns that swept through without warning. Yet, physical survival paled in comparison to the psychological toll exacted by their circumstances. Isolation bred paranoia, suspicion creeping into interactions as trust frayed under pressure. Minor disagreements escalated into heated arguments, fractures forming within the group dynamic. Some clung desperately to hope, convinced they would find a way back home. Others succumbed to despair, resigning themselves to an eternity trapped in this surreal prison. Dr. Voss walked a fine line between leader and counselor, mediating conflicts and reminding everyone of their shared goal: escape. To maintain morale, she encouraged small victories, celebrating each successful innovation or discovery. Even mundane tasks like inventory checks served as anchors, grounding them in routine amidst chaos. Shared meals, however meager, fostered camaraderie, offering brief respites from the relentless uncertainty. Yet, even these moments carried undertones of unease, underscored by the knowledge that their efforts might ultimately prove futile. Still, they pressed on, driven by necessity and the stubborn refusal to surrender. Exploration became the next logical step, a desperate bid to uncover clues about their location and potential means of escape. Armed with makeshift gear and fortified resolve, the team ventured deeper into the fractured landscape. Each step revealed new wonders and horrors alike, challenging their comprehension and testing their courage. The terrain shifted unpredictably, morphing from barren wastelands to lush forests teeming with bioluminescent flora. Trees bore translucent leaves that refracted light into dazzling rainbows, while vines writhed like serpents, retreating at the slightest touch. Among the most perplexing discoveries were remnants of civilizations long abandoned, or perhaps erased entirely. Ruins dotted the horizon, architectural marvels crafted from materials unknown to human science. Buildings spiraled upward in impossible geometries, defying conventional physics. Intricate carvings adorned walls, depicting scenes that hinted at advanced technologies intertwined with mysticism. Symbols resembling those etched into the cliffs recurred throughout, forming patterns that seemed almost mathematical. Dr. Kapoor theorized these markings held significance, possibly serving as keys to unlocking the mysteries of this realm. Further exploration uncovered artifacts scattered among the ruins, devices emitting faint hums, orbs glowing with inner light, and tablets inscribed with cryptic text. Though initially hesitant to interact with these relics, curiosity eventually overcame caution. Activation triggered surprising effects. One orb projected holographic maps displaying constellations foreign to Earth's night sky, while another emitted waves that temporarily restored stability to localized areas. These findings fueled speculation about the creators of this place, beings capable of manipulating time and space with ease. However, not all encounters proved benign. Certain regions exuded malevolent energies, inducing nausea and disorientation. Shadowy figures grew increasingly aggressive, stalking the team with predatory intent. On one occasion, a member narrowly escaped being engulfed by tendrils of darkness that emerged from the ground, dissolving rock and metal alike. Such incidents reinforced the need for vigilance, prompting the team to develop strategies for navigating hazardous zones safely. Markers were placed along safe routes, while contingency plans ensured swift retreats when necessary. Each expedition brought fresh insights and fresh dangers. Yet, the allure of discovery outweighed the risks, propelling them forward despite growing apprehension. Somewhere within this enigmatic expanse lay answers, waiting to be unearthed. Back at camp, analysis of collected data sparked intense debate. The artifacts, though fascinating, resisted easy interpretation. Initial attempts to decipher the symbols yielded fragmented translations, hinting at warnings or instructions. Dr. Kapoor posited that the language operated on multidimensional principles, requiring simultaneous consideration of multiple perspectives to unlock meaning fully. Collaborative efforts ensued, combining linguistic expertise with mathematical modeling to piece together coherent narratives. Meanwhile, technological remnants provided tantalizing glimpses into the capabilities of this realm's former inhabitants. Devices exhibited self-repair mechanisms, regenerating damaged components over time. Energy sources appeared limitless, drawing power directly from ambient fluctuations in space-time. Most intriguingly, several items demonstrated properties akin to memory storage, recording events, emotions, even thoughts. Playback sessions revealed snippets of lives lived millennia ago, offering poignant reminders of mortality and legacy. These revelations prompted philosophical musings among the team. If beings here mastered time manipulation, why abandon their creations? Had they transcended physical existence altogether, ascending to higher planes of consciousness? Or had hubris led to downfall, much like myths of Icarus warned? Speculation ran rampant, fueled by exhaustion and isolation. Some entertained notions of divine intervention, viewing their plight as punishment for meddling with forces best left untouched. Others leaned towards scientific explanations, seeking rational causes behind seemingly supernatural phenomena. Dr. Voss steered discussions toward practical applications, emphasizing the importance of leveraging available resources. By reverse engineering recovered technology, they hoped to construct a rudimentary device capable of stabilizing local temporal conditions. Success promised improved living standards and increased chances of locating a portal back to their original timeline. Failure risked further destabilization, potentially sealing their fate permanently. Collaborative spirit rekindled as researchers pooled knowledge and skills. Breakthroughs occurred sporadically, accompanied by bursts of excitement tempered by sobering reminders of remaining obstacles. Progress remained slow but steady, bolstered by incremental achievements that collectively edged them closer to salvation or madness. As experiments progressed, unexpected breakthroughs emerged. Combining salvage components with innovative design modifications, the team managed to assemble a prototype device dubbed the Temporal Harmonizer. Activating it produced tangible results. Localized distortions diminished, allowing brief windows of relative normalcy. Objects ceased floating erratically, shadows retreated momentarily, and fragmented memories coalesced into coherent sequences. Encouraged by these developments, the team expanded testing parameters, refining functionality iteratively. Success bred confidence, emboldening them to venture farther afield. Equipped with portable versions of the harmonizer, expeditions penetrated previously inaccessible regions. Stability extended outward incrementally, carving paths through chaos. Along the way, additional artifacts surfaced, enriching datasets and enhancing understanding of native technologies. Patterns began emerging, suggesting deliberate placement rather than random distribution. Clues pointed toward a central nexus, a convergence point where temporal energies concentrated most intensely. Reaching this nexus required traversing treacherous terrain fraught with perils. Environmental hazards multiplied exponentially, forcing constant adaptation. Weather systems collided violently, spawning storms that shredded flesh and metal alike. Terrain liquefied unexpectedly, swallowing entire parties whole. Yet, perseverance paid off. Guided by enhanced navigation tools derived from recovered tech, the team navigated labyrinthine passages leading inexorably toward their destination. Anticipation mounted with each step closer. Whispers of triumph mingled with apprehension regarding what awaited them. Would the Nexus serve as gateway home, or culminate in catastrophic failure? Doubts lingered, tempered by determination forged through adversity. Whatever lay ahead, they resolved to face it together, united by shared purpose and unwavering resolve. Arrival at the Nexus marked a turning point. Towering spires of crystalline material radiated brilliance, casting kaleidoscopic reflections across surrounding landscapes. At the epicenter, a massive orb levitated suspended mid-air, pulsating with rhythmic intensity. Waves of energy emanated outward, warping perceptions and inducing vertigo. Approaching cautiously, the team marveled at intricate designs etched onto its surface, patterns reminiscent of fractals, infinitely recursive yet harmonious. Initial scans confirmed staggering concentrations of temporal energy, surpassing anything encountered thus far. Hypotheses ranged from artificial singularity to dimensional anchor point. Regardless of origin, consensus agreed this structure represented linchpin holding disparate elements of this fractured reality together. Manipulating it correctly might facilitate return home. Mishandling risked catastrophic collapse. Preparations commenced meticulously. Equipment calibrated precisely, redundancies implemented extensively. Contingency plans formulated exhaustively, accounting for myriad scenarios. Team roles assigned based on expertise, ensuring optimal coordination during critical phases. Tensions ran high, anticipation palpable as final checks concluded. Activation sequence initiated, triggering cascading transformations. Orb flared brilliantly, bathing surroundings in blinding luminescence. Surrounding spires resonated sympathetically, amplifying output exponentially. Time dilation effects manifested visibly, slowing motion progressively outward. Within this bubble of altered physics, opportunities arose to interact directly with temporal flows. Careful adjustments guided energy channels, coaxing alignment conducive to desired outcomes. Feedback loops stabilized gradually, indicating progress. However, instability persisted, threatening equilibrium. Variables fluctuated unpredictably, demanding constant recalibration. Patience tested severely, resolve strained nearly to breaking point. Yet, persistence prevailed, inching closer to breakthrough. Just as alignment neared completion, disaster struck. An unforeseen surge overloaded systems, cascading failures rippling through interconnected networks. Power levels spiked dangerously, threatening overload. Emergency shutdown protocols engaged automatically, halting operations abruptly. Darkness enveloped the area momentarily before residual charges dissipated harmlessly. Shaken but undeterred, the team regrouped swiftly. Damage assessment revealed significant setbacks, critical components fried beyond repair, backup systems compromised. Morale dipped sharply, fatigue amplifying frustration. Despair loomed ominously, whispering seductive promises of surrender. Leadership stepped up decisively. Dr. Voss rallied spirits, reminding everyone of sacrifices already made, progress achieved thus far. Failure unacceptable, alternatives non-existent. Motivation reignited, focus sharpened. Resourcefulness shone brightest under duress, inspiring creative problem-solving. Repairs initiated immediately, utilizing scavenged parts creatively. Improvised solutions patched vulnerabilities temporarily, buying precious time. Collaboration intensified, pooling collective ingenuity effectively. Challenges tackled collaboratively, burdens shared equitably. Bonds strengthened through adversity, fostering unity unparalleled. Gradually, functionality restored piecemeal. Confidence rebuilt incrementally, bolstered by tangible accomplishments. Lessons learned ingrained deeply, guiding future endeavors wisely. Determination hardened irrevocably, committing fully to ultimate objective. No obstacle insurmountable, no setback permanent. Forward momentum resumed steadily, propelled by renewed vigor. With repairs completed, preparations resumed cautiously. Learnings integrated thoroughly, safeguards enhanced comprehensively. Testing cycles rigorous, redundancy prioritized aggressively. Confidence tempered pragmatically, acknowledging inherent risks involved. Readiness declared unanimously, commitment unwavering. Second attempt launched resolutely. Sequence initiated smoothly, initial stages proceeding flawlessly. Orb illuminated steadily, energy channels aligning optimally. Feedback stabilized progressively, indicating favorable trajectory. Hope kindled cautiously, optimism restrained realistically. Midway through process, anomalies detected subtly. Variations minor initially, escalating gradually. Instability crept insidiously, undermining stability incrementally. Adjustments implemented promptly, mitigating deviations effectively. Balance maintained precariously, vigilance heightened continuously. Final phase approached critically, culmination imminent. Concentration peaked maximally, focus absolute. Energy surged dramatically, crescendo building irresistibly. Threshold crossed decisively, transition initiating irrevocably. Reality warped profoundly, dimensions converging explosively. Blinding flash engulfed surroundings completely, obliterating visibility entirely. Sensory overload incapacitated momentarily. Disorientation reigning supremely. When clarity returned slowly, realization dawned shockingly. Environment transformed drastically. Familiarity restored miraculously. Home regained triumphantly. Mission accomplished gloriously. Emerging from the temporal vortex, the team found themselves standing once again within the confines of the Quantum Temporal Research Facility. Machines hummed softly, lights flickered reassuringly, and the sterile scent of antiseptic filled the air. Relief washed over them like a tidal wave, washing away months, or perhaps mere moments, of accumulated tension. Emotions ran high, laughter mingling with tears as hugs exchanged freely, celebrating improbable survival against overwhelming odds. Yet, amidst jubilation, unease lingered subtly. Details jarred slightly, discrepancies noticeable upon closer inspection. Equipment configurations differed marginally. Personnel rosters listed unfamiliar names. Calendar dates displayed implausibly, suggesting passage of years rather than expected duration. Questions bubbled forth urgently, demanding resolution promptly. Investigation commenced methodically, scrutinizing records meticulously. Data logs revealed startling revelations. Experiment documented extensively. Outcomes analyzed thoroughly. Reports chronicled successes achieved, failures overcome heroically. Yet, accounts diverged significantly, contradicting personal recollections starkly. Confusion reigned momentarily, uncertainty clouding judgment. Consultations sought externally, experts consulted discreetly. Explanations proposed tentatively, hypotheses refined iteratively. Consensus emerged gradually, painting picture disturbingly clear. Alternate timelines converged inadvertently, merging realities seamlessly. Present iteration resulted from amalgamation unintended, blending past experiences indistinguishably. Implications profound, ramifications far-reaching. Identity questioned fundamentally, continuity challenged inherently. Adaptation required inevitably, acceptance embraced reluctantly. New normal established pragmatically, moving forward determinately. Integration into altered reality proved challenging, requiring adjustment mentally and emotionally. Familiar faces wore masks of strangers, relationships reshaped irrevocably. Colleagues remembered fondly existed solely in memories fragmented, replaced by counterparts equally competent yet distinctly different. Navigating interpersonal dynamics demanded sensitivity, empathy cultivated deliberately. Work resumed cautiously, projects continued diligently. Knowledge gained invaluable, insights applied innovatively. Technologies developed previously incorporated seamlessly, advancements accelerated exponentially. Legacy preserved indirectly, contributions acknowledged respectfully. Public disclosure avoided strategically, secrecy maintained judiciously. Risks associated with exposure outweighed benefits substantially. Discretion prioritized prudently. Internal documentation secured rigorously. Access restricted stringently. Trust earned painstakingly. Loyalty demonstrated consistently. Reflection fostered growth personally. Resilience strengthened inherently. Lessons learned cherished deeply. Wisdom imparted generously. Future envisioned optimistically. Possibilities explored enthusiastically. Purpose reaffirmed passionately. Dedication renewed fervently. Months passed. Routines settled comfortably. Stability welcomed gratefully. Predictability appreciated sincerely. Yet, restlessness simmered beneath surface. Yearning persisted quietly. Curiosity unsatisfied. Questions unanswered fully. Closure elusive. Peace incomplete partially. Private investigations pursued covertly. Research conducted discreetly. Resources leveraged cleverly. Information gathered meticulously. Patterns identified tentatively. Connections drawn speculatively. Hypotheses formulated cautiously. Theories tested rigorously. Breakthroughs occurred sporadically. Revelations unfolded gradually. Insights gained profoundly. Understanding deepened significantly. Realizations dawned poignantly. Truths uncovered painfully. Acceptance embraced reluctantly. Reconciliation achieved laboriously. Epiphanies struck unexpectedly. Clarity emerging suddenly. Perspective shifted dramatically. Priorities realigned fundamentally. Gratitude cultivated deliberately. Appreciation expressed openly. Moments savored consciously. Experiences cherished genuinely. Connections valued immensely. Relationships nurtured tenderly. Growth manifested tangibly. Transformation evident visibly. Strengths recognized confidently. Weaknesses acknowledged honestly. Resilience demonstrated admirably. Vulnerability embraced courageously. Authenticity embraced wholeheartedly. Integrity upheld steadfastly. Legacy considered thoughtfully. Impact assessed critically. Contributions evaluated fairly. Achievements celebrated modestly. Influence acknowledged humbly. Gratitude extended graciously. Fulfillment realized profoundly. Contentment embraced peacefully. Looking ahead, aspirations expanded ambitiously. Dreams pursued relentlessly. Goals set boldly. Milestones achieved consistently. Challenges embraced eagerly. Opportunities seized enthusiastically. Innovation prioritized aggressively. Creativity encouraged liberally. Collaboration fostered inclusively. Teamwork emphasized emphatically. Diversity celebrated joyfully. Unity promoted passionately. Leadership exemplified admirably. Mentorship practiced devotedly. Inspiration shared generously. Motivation ignited contagiously. Vision articulated compellingly. Mission communicated effectively. Values upheld unwaveringly. Ethics adhered strictly. Transparency practiced openly. Accountability enforced responsibly. Trust built deliberately. Loyalty earned deservedly. In closing, journey reflected upon introspectively. Lessons distilled meaningfully. Growth measured quantifiably. Progress recognized qualitatively. Impact assessed holistically. Legacy contemplated philosophically. Gratitude expressed sincerely. Appreciation conveyed genuinely. Call to action extended warmly. Invitation offered hospitably. Subscribe enthusiastically. Engage actively. Community joined vibrantly. Participation encouraged wholeheartedly. Stories shared captivatingly. Imagination sparked inspiringly. Adventure awaits eagerly. Exploration continues boundlessly.